Most people are waiting for something to happen before they start feeling good. And that looks like once I get the money, that's when I start feeling good. That's when I get the relationship, that's when things start looking up. When I get that body, that's when I feel good in my body. And or when I finally become successful or get what I actually want, that's when I'm happy or I'll be happy. However, what if it's that one thing that is keeping you stuck and keeping you in that way? And the energy that you're putting out, it just tells that you are struggling to move forward. And that's the difference that becomes switches from chasing instead of being fully inspired. And it's like more of you're chasing because you're trying to feel something, and versus you are escaping yourself from that. This is Elijah, and you don't become more by hating yourself. You can become more and more of your future by appreciating today and being excited about what you're creating for the future. This is the definition and the defining moment that comes into your from the true alignment. There is nothing wrong with wanting more. Wanting is what makes us human. For instance, wanting a better life, wanting that growth, and wanting that success. However, the problem is when you tell yourself, my life finally begins when I get there. And this is when you switch and you become constantly waiting for achievements, waiting for the approvals, waiting for the next milestone, and waiting for the next version of yourself. The biggest shift is realizing that you don't have to fully become successful to feel worthy, and you don't have to achieve something to feel value within yourself, and you don't have to appreciate who you are today while still becoming someone greater tomorrow. And it's not that I need this because I'm not enough. It's that person that creates from the alignment that is I am already enough. I'm excited to create this, and I'm excited to see this process go through. This changes everything. When you work out, it's not like a punishment for your body. It's more you're investing that process in yourself and in your body. You honor your body because that's who you are. You build that career. You're not trying to prove your value. You express your value through your actions. And it's when you create the content, you're not begging people for your approval to validate you. You actually have something to share that is meaningful, and you connect and elevate people and help people in the process. Sometimes life puts you in a season where you feel like you aren't where you're supposed to be, or things are not where you want them to be. That's when you feel like you're rebuilding yourself, or you're starting over, or when you feel uncertain about the future. And the temptation starts and says that once I get through this, then that's when I'll be okay. And it's in that moment that's where you actually practice becoming that person. I don't think so. The version of you starts isn't when you create everything and everything is done is perfect. It's actually doing it in the small choices and in the micro sessions. That's when you elevate your life in a substantial way. Being satisfied with today doesn't mean that you stop growing. And this is what it means is you stop fighting who you actually are. And this is when you appreciate your life today. And you are still excited to build something greater. The two together can coexist. It's, for instance, like a tree doesn't hate the seed because it becomes the tree. It grows because that's what it naturally does, and that's what it's designed to do. Ask yourself today, am I chasing goals because I believe that something is missing for me? Or am I creating that because I know what I'm capable of or what I can be? And the goal isn't to finally become worthy, because that is already there. The goal is to realize that you're worthy all the time, and let your actions prove that. If you're ready to stop chasing that version of yourself that you think you need to be or become, and start building that version of you that is you're meant to be, and that's send me ready. And that's when we can talk about what's keeping you stuck, and you can start showing up differently.